Mr. Uhuru mwenyewe. Mr.
You show us.
Oh, I show you.
Yes. We confirm actually it is Uhuru.
Well, right now it's about taking stock of the day that was after polls closed and vote counting started. It was decision day for the country, and where quite a number of voters made an entirely different decision to stay away from the polling stations altogether. Some of the polling stations here in Kitui County, such as this Muslim primary school, vote counting, results announcement, the filling in of a results declaration form and results transmission was pretty much done by sunset.
Polling Center 003, Raila Amolo Odinga had 2 votes. Abduba Mohammed 1 vote, and the winner was Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta with a total of 79 votes.
Kitui County is considered a NASA stronghold, this being the home of NASA number 2, Kalonzo Musyoka, and it appears that most of them heeded calls by the leaders to stay away from the vote altogether. This low voter turnout was really the sticking point in this election here in Kitui County. Here's a look back at the pretty uneventful day here in Kitui County. It was an election season of ever higher and more terrifying stakes, a street corner duel of end-time prophets. But that ended in an anticlimax in this part of the country. On a day that's typically about long and orderly queues, it was largely about small, disoriented gatherings around a number of polling stations, as a handful of voters trickled to the polling stations to take part in the election.
Nimepigia hapa Mwingi Primary School. Wao watu hawakuwa wengi, lakini sisi tumejitokeza kupiga kura kwa sababu ni haki yetu kwa kupiga kura.
Mambo ya kutia moyo sana ni kwamba kuna amani ya kutosha, sio tu kwamba askari wako wengi, lakini pia wananchi wote ni watulivu.
Yule hataki kupiga kura ni haki yake. Yule anataka kupiga kura ni haki yake. Na hakuna mtu ako na haki kubwa kuliko yule mwingine. Haki zote zinafanya nini? Zinatoshana. Na kila mtu kura ni yake na iko na jina yake. Kwa hivyo nafanya vile anataka.
There are no protests in Mwingi West, certainly. I've not heard of any protests in Kitui. And there's been a lot of pushback on the boycott because people are tired of mayhem, people are tired of incitement, and people want to get this over and done with.
In most areas, though, they just couldn't be bothered by the whole voting business as they went about their normal businesses. Kitui is the home of NASA number 2, Kalonzo Musyoka, and most of them appeared to have heeded calls to boycott the election that NASA leaders have termed a sham. A number of polling stations here recorded a depressed number of voters as a result.
Ile wakati ingine ilikuwa ni nyuki iliwafahamia. Leo imekuwa ni maji.
Exactly.
Mungu ni yule. Uchaguzi haitakuwa hapa tena.
Tumesema hivyo.
However, in some areas where some voting did happen, there were incidents of delays in opening the polling stations. At Central Primary School, one of the polling stations in Kitui town, the ballot papers were delayed, much to the disappointment of the few who'd come early to vote.
Tumeambiwa makaratasi imekunywa maji. But my question is, kwani haikuwa sealed ambayo haiwezi kufikiwa na maji? Sababu maji kama ni mitihani ya shule, hata gari ikianguka kwa maji haikunywi maji, itakiwi kunywa maji. Sasa tumeambiwa, mimi mwenyewe nikauliza, nikaambiwa imekunywa maji na iko na matope. Imekunywa maji na iko na matope. Sasa mimi nilikuwa nikisema kama kabisa hiyo balloting papers hazitakuja, tuhesabiwe manually, one by one.
From the polling station, the presiding officer will accompany the physical results forms to the constituency tallying center, where the returning officer will tally the results from all the forms 34A and make a final announcement of the winners from the results from all the polling stations within their constituency.